Shah Rukh and Salman, they're very funny. Salman once told me that if one sees your film, there's unanimously, if the whole GT galaxy is sitting together, you'll only hear one coming out. That's the amount of laughter you get in your film. I am only cracking jokes, and my worst and my best jokes are actually when I'm angry. If I made Gangubai now, it was actually going to be made before Ram Leela.
I know.
And Padmavat was going to be made in 2007 after Savariya. My mother has forgotten everything, but she never forgets me.
Yeah.
With a lot of almost Alzheimer's. Even an Alzheimer can't take the mother's love for the child away. 31st of December every year, over the last 30 years, I write to myself. It's strange that you asked me this question. Some could like it, some could not like it, but nobody's ignored it.
Sanjay sir, welcome to Pinkvilla. So my first question to you is not as a journalist but as an admirer. I am intrigued by your films, but even more so as you as a person. So before the interview, I called a few of your colleagues where you have worked in the past, and I asked them, if you have to describe Mr. Bhansali as a person, what would you say? They said a lot of things, but one thing everyone said,
bad things.
so good things, good things. But one thing that everyone said in commonality was that you have a great sense of humor. Now the world sees you as this intense, soul-stirring filmmaker, but what does Mr. Bhansali do for laughs?
No, I enjoy my laughter. I enjoy my one-liners. I enjoy people cracking a good joke. I enjoy people who have a straight-faced humor happening. I think humor is so important to be able to laugh. And I am only cracking jokes. And my worst and my best jokes are actually when I'm angry.
Yeah.
When I'm angry, that's when the classic one-lines come out, and everybody's running to the court to find a corner to go and laugh. So that is the actual atmosphere on the set. Everybody gets angry.
Yeah.
Even my cameraman Sudeep gets angry at his assistant, or that one gets angry at his assistant.
Absolutely.
Or the art director. Or I get, and we all get angry. Actors get angry with their managers.
Yeah.
But as long as you can see the humorous or the light side of it.
Yeah.
And I feel that if I don't find a person who laughs wholeheartedly or understands a good joke or doesn't have a sparkle in the eye to see humor in even a very intense moment, there is a funny moment to it.
Yeah.
If you can see it and you can admire it and you can laugh and you can smile, then the work is great fun.
Yeah.
So in spite of all the drama, I enjoy my work because I laugh a lot and I make people laugh a lot and I admire a good joke cracked by somebody.
Yeah.
I have fun.
Yeah. No, Ang Lee once said so very famously that sometimes anger is important for execution purpose. But as far as your humor is concerned, sir, I want to know more about it. What kind of comedy cinema do you enjoy?
Peter Sellers.
Yeah.
Lots of Woody Allen immensely.
Yeah.
One-lines, witty. It doesn't have to be slapstick and people falling.
Yeah.
Over. It's the use of intelligence. For example, Shah Rukh and Salman, they're very funny. They're very witty. They're very sharp.
Yeah.
There's this humor in every line that they can make you laugh at it. So that kind of humor, which has got intelligence, which has got a certain amount of wit about it. So Woody Allen obviously goes right up there.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean that I don't admire our good old Mahmood Saab or Johnny Walker Saab. Those are all classic. Mahmood Saab was particularly Do Fool is one of my favorite films.
Yeah.
So sometimes simple humor, a simple film can inspire you, can make you happy.
Yeah.
Those are the growing years that you watched those kind of films and you laughed, and sometimes you wondered why are people laughing because it's not that funny. So you understand a lot of intricacies of humor, which is extremely difficult.
Yeah.
To be able to have the confidence to say that one line which will bring the house down or the floor down or the theatre down.
Yeah.
Very, very difficult. I can make people cry. Anybody can do it, but everybody can't make people laugh.
Yeah.
So humor is to watch a good funny film or a humorous film is a great joy because everybody is not. It's not easy. It's the most difficult thing for an actor and the director and the scriptwriter.
Yeah.
3 people can get absolutely jacked if they get things wrong.
I think Mr. Bhansali can do it for sure.
I'm told I should attempt one, but I'm not too sure. When the right time comes, I shall. But that's one thing on my list of films to make is that one should attempt to make people smile a lot more than
Yeah.
they smile in my film.
Yeah.
There's hardly a Salman once told me that if one sees your film, there's unanimously if the whole GT galaxy is sitting together, you'll only hear one coming out. That's the amount of laughter you get in your film, and that too, 200,000 people sitting. So he says, but I agree. I need to make one film which is witty, which is funny, which is a comedy, which is. But I have to be very sure of it.
Yeah.
It needs
Inshallah.
a lot of courage.
Sir, like you said, humor is a global emotion. So is Heeramandi at this point in time. Everybody is loving it. Everybody is binge watching it. Instagram पे मैं जब भी जाता हूँ, I just saw a reel in the morning which said, the moment you get into Instagram, you see some reel from Heeramandi. So it's become a part of pop culture at this moment. But sir, the script and the concept, a 14-pager concept came to you, I think at least 2 decades ago.
2002.
2002, and we are in 2024. Sir, at what point did you realize that I'm ready to shoot now?
I think post Gangubai, I said that is something that we need to look at. And I knew that the OTT platform was now getting very popular in the country.
Yeah.
People started watching a lot more pre-COVID and during the COVID. So that is a time when we said, a little pre-COVID, that we started the conversation that this is the subject that needs to be made in a larger, it needs more time, it needs length.
Yeah.
And therefore the OTT platform is the right place. So we spoke to Netflix and I met Ted Charandos, and within 10 minutes we agreed to do the show.
Yeah.
And not that he read or anything. The Netflix office here did go through it and they were gung-ho. So I felt that the subject itself started saying that it needs to be made now.
Yeah.
And I firmly believe that happens with me all the time. All my films that I make, if I've made Gangubai now, it was actually going to be made before Ram Leela.
I know.
And Padmavat was going to be made in 2007 after Savarya.
Yeah.
So all these subjects, they grow in my mind, they stay in my mind. And I feel somewhere they get up and start talking to me. My mind is very alert on all these things to do. I keep reminding myself of all the films that I have to do. There are so many yet to be ticked. And I've ticked many of them. Yeah. So I feel the thought came that, that Heeramandi is calling. There's something here. And I just went for it. I just said, chalo, let's do it. Because their scale. So they said, but people's watch it on the phone. I said, so what?
Yeah.
Let's give that phone a scale. Let the person watching on the phone feel I'm watching it on a 70mm screen.
That is so true.
Let us give them the joy of seeing something very spectacular in a small phone or a laptop or an iPad or a screen or a big TV or a home theater.
Yeah.
I feel an image is image. And the sanctity and the beauty and the moment that you are capturing reaches whichever format you're seeing it. So if a very intimate, warm story can be made and seen on a phone, why can't Mughal Azam be seen on the phone?
Yeah.
The thing is that people have moved on to technology. So I said it would be nice for people to see it. So they said, but that much detailing that you do, don't worry about the detailing, just do I said, no. We are going to look at every corner. I know that people will be spellbound on their phones.
Yeah.
And if the image is good, and even if it's too big, they'll see the detail that I want them to see.
Yeah.
So that much faith in my audience, that much faith in the fact that technology does not limit you, but it opens up. Yeah. Can you imagine? Avinash, now my film is being seen in 190, Heeramandi is being seen in 190 countries.
Yes.
Would my film be seen? A series is seen. My work reaches so many more people. People are excited all over the world to see it at the same time. It's a great joy for any artist for his work to be heard, or a musician for his song to be heard, or a singer, or an actor to be seen, or a filmmaker to be otherwise. Yeah. So I've realized that with the blessings of God and my mother's blessings and all that good karma that I've done over the years somewhere, I have received so much love from people. Yeah. I am humbled, overwhelmed. I don't know how to express it. Yeah. I feel that all the hard work and commitment that me and my team and everybody put in has reached people. Yeah. They have appreciated it. Some could like it, some could not like it, but nobody's ignored it.
Yeah.
And that is the most important part a workshop. When you walk into the room, everybody should see you.
Yeah.
They like you, don't like you. But if you're not seen and people ignore you, then that's the worst
That's a
part
problem,
of it.
yeah.
So I am happy and blessed. I feel I want to thank everybody, including the audience. When the film is seen, when your work is seen, that is when your hard work is complete. That is when the film is complete. Otherwise, the film is not complete.
Yeah.
When a film complete करके कैन में रखते क्या मतलब? तो
बिल्कुल
बहुत प्यार मिला. रील्स बना रहे हैं, उनकी इमेजिनेशन फेस्ट को वो टिकल कर रहा है. They want to play the courtesans, they want to dance to the songs.
Yeah.
That music, Avinash, which I thought may not necessarily cut through at this time when music is of a different kind today.
Yeah.
And this is very classical. This is in the time of Pakistan, Mughal, that kind of music,
Yeah.
semi-classical, thumris. And the youngster is lapping it up. So people have always misled us saying कि आज के लोग ऐसे सुनेंगे नहीं. And the way it is cutting through people, the way it is reaching youngsters. Why are we saying they're the most intelligent human beings on earth right now? They're technologically savvy. They're intelligent. They're seeing content from all over the world.
Yeah.
And how nice for them to see something which is from India and sounds so Indian, and they will lap it up.
Yeah.
So we blamed the audience unnecessarily कि उनको समझ में नहीं आएगा, उनका टेस्ट बदल गया. टेस्ट तो हर किस्म का, वो हर किस्म, वो म्यूजिक भी सुनेंगे, ये म्यूजिक भी सुनेंगे, कोई दूसरे किस्म का म्यूजिक है वो भी सुनेंगे. तो ऑडियंस को आप प्यार दो, आप अपनी जो आपको कुछ नया देना है वो दो, और वो लोगों को मजा आएगा. इन द टाइम व्हेन एजी सीरीज, किल मर्डर्स एंड डार्क स्टोरीज एंड overtly sexual explicit scenes are there. Suddenly this comes in as a breath of fresh air because it's clean, it's very suggestive.
Yeah.
Nothing is over the top.
Yeah.
There's a delicacy with which you can see people lapped it up. They said, this is also too boring for people. No, they're loving it, they're enjoying
They
it.
are all loving it.
So God bless all of us who have worked, and thank Him and thank the audience.
Yeah. But sir, I remember, like you mentioned, there are so many films that you wanted to make, and you once I remember you said it in an interview, there are 6 dream projects that I have. 2 are made, which is Black and Bajirao Mastani. And I'm supposing Heeramandi will be the 3rd one. So is Sahir and Inshallah and all of that the 4th, 5th and the 6th project now?
So as the 4th, 5th and 6th unfold, you will get to know. Right now I can't.
Yeah.
I really don't know what I'll make, when I'll make. It's a very spontaneous decision. I'll be making Gangubai, and suddenly I put the script down and say, no, Ram Leela. So I'm suddenly making Inshallah, and I say, no, Gangubai. So I feel that it's about the inner calling of the filmmaker, the inner calling that comes from deep down, that ye banao.
Yeah.
Because then I'm full on onto the project. Then I'm into the film. I'm making it like it is me. My soul has to survive. उस किस्म की commitment.
जी.
कि वो it's with everything. So I can't make a film because it sounds good on the paper, or it's a good cast, or it's got it has to come from deep within to want to make the film. So what I'll make?
Sir, जो भी बनाइएगा, please बनाइएगा. That is all my request as a fan.
काम के बगैर तो रह नहीं सकते.
Correct.
Now, like right now, I'm jobless, so I'm very upset. I'm always angry about something because I have no work. I have no studio to go to. I have nobody to tell something to do. I have no work to correct it or fine tune it or chisel it. So I cannot live without work. And being in the studio is. They keep asking which is your favorite city in the world, and for me it is Film City. I feel there is no other place in the world better than that place, and I just come alive. I feel happy. I have to make films,
Yeah, please do.
Keep making.
Please do. So there's one specific relationship in Heeramandi that I want to speak to you about. That since I've seen all your work, even the ones you have written, I want to ask you this. In Heeramandi, a relationship came after many years, probably after the first initial Hum Dil De Chuke Sanam, Devdas and Khamoshi. Probably I saw father-child strained relationship, which was in Tajdar and the father. So after so many years, in an equation like that, do you still draw inspiration from your own life with your father?
Yeah, I feel that a lot of your scenes that you shoot, every filmmaker has a certain life that he's led. And all the impressions of whatever he's gone through, or how he's reacted, or what he's suffered, or what he's enjoyed, or what he has loved, or what he has achieved and not achieved, everything becomes a part of how you react. And therefore, you choose a particular subject because it allows you to express those things that you have experienced in life. Like I firmly believe that you choose the life where you want to be born because
Yeah.
you have to go through it to become somebody. So I've chosen the life where I have wanted to be born and then go through all that I had to go through with my parents to finally realize that I'm using it all in my work in some way or the other. I'm expressing it. So for me, my work is cathartic. It is purging myself of all that I have seen, gone through.
Yeah.
And thank God that I'm a filmmaker because I'm able to express those various feelings.
Yeah.
One of them is the father-son relationship, or like all father-sons relationships are always strained. They are also friendly, but there is always a difference of opinion. And
Always.
that is what makes characters. Every father would want a son who has his own opinion because that is the making of a character. It should not be that you have to agree with the parent completely and be subservient, or the parent has to be so. You are very individuals.
Yeah.
And there's a debate about everything. As long as the debate is civil, as long as, even if it's diametrically opposite, as long as there is a behavioral decency in your disagreement,
Yeah.
the issue doesn't become. And I feel in Heeramandi we've tackled that issue very delicately from the son's point of view and the
Yeah.
father's point of view, except one scene when he finally gets him imprisoned and pushes him away.
Yeah.
That's the only time. Otherwise, all relationships, all parents and siblings should have problems. It should never be hunky-dory because that is where the mind of the child is evolving and having an opinion and thinking and dreaming about doing something which the parent doesn't have to agree with.
Yeah.
So these are important relationships which I enjoy shooting. I enjoyed the Tajdar and the father track, Ujjwal's track. So yeah.
Does recreating those scenes help you heal one day at a time?
Absolutely. Cathartic, as I told you, it's purging. You may not be now any more scarred or bruised. You know, with time, everything heals. And with time, you realize that so many places you were completely wrong. As in my relationship with my father, I would have been completely wrong 80% of the time. When I look back and I'm saying, but that relationship doesn't end for me. I feel today when I'm making films, my father's someone who taught me everything about films because he was a film producer. He had great understanding. He took me to Mughal-e-Azam 18 times. He showed me the importance of Guru Dutt and Jagjit Singh and Lata Mangeshkar and Mohammad Rafi and Naushad Saab.
I think he took you on a set also for the first time.
All this that he taught me and spoke to me stayed in my mind. And I feel his soul today overlooks the fact that this average human being that I am, I would say, below average human being, outside the studio, outside the floor, I'm being led into creating these and fulfilling these dreams against all adversities, against all difficulties. There is some guiding force. That guiding force is him.
Yeah.
And I strongly feel the presence of, every human being, if you invoke, you have your creative angels or guardian angels. I also feel creative angels are very, very important.
Yeah.
So I have a lot of them. And my father for sure is one of them because how is it that I pass through and go through such difficult times time and again and again and again over 30 years of filmmaking that I've done? I've always landed into a dead end. Somebody's helping me and pulling me out. It's not possible.
Yeah.
So I've achieved his dream of making that big cinema. Mughal-e-Azam, V. Shantaram, Mehboob Khan, Raj Kapoor, you should think like that. K. Asif Saab. So I feel that I'm only, if you realize the scale has opened up to, I think, what he wants me to make.
Massive.
Most of the time. And I've been able to pull it off because it's the soul guiding.
Yeah.
So even if your disagreements in real life may have been there, but he makes you understand so many things even after the person is gone and doesn't live with you.
Yeah.
And that is the mystery of living life beautifully. That is the mystery of creating magic on cinema. These illusions, these unreal characters that you are portraying and putting on the screen. Who are these people? Where do these moments come from?
Yeah.
They are from another life you've lived, or they are from another future life that you're going to live. How did you come up with a certain moment between two characters? There's a lot of mystery, and I'm still trying to find. But yes, it is the blessings of your parents. My mother has forgotten everything, but she never forgets me.
Yeah.
With a lot of almost Alzheimer's. Even an Alzheimer can't take the mother's love for the child away. She sees me and she remembers, it's my son. So that magic that a parent has, we may not understand as children all through that we may disagree, which I always believe that we should disagree. But I feel that that debate continues
Yeah.
of what they want to talk to us even in after they've gone. So we should respect those relationships immensely.
Yeah, yeah. I don't want to end this, but I'm asked to end it. So I'm going to ask you the last question, sir. So since you enjoy your own company, since you draw a lot of inspiration from literature, if there is any letter that you could write, who would write it to and why would you write it?
It would be a letter to myself.
What would it say, sir?
And why would I write it is a long answer and cannot be answered as a last question that you have asked me.
Oh, God.
But I'm always writing to myself. I've changed and evolved and grown better and better and better as a person or a filmmaker because I'm constantly talking and writing to myself. I've understood my limitations. So I'm coming to terms with my reality, with my life, with my shortcomings, with my limitations, with all that I've enjoyed, with all that I treasure, with all that I nurture. I feel when you share it with other people, which you should, but I feel it disappears in air. It doesn't remain as fresh and as, because people are not interested beyond a point in listening to you or your experiences, good, bad, funny, sad, so whatever. You go through a lot of emotions. But when you talk to yourself and when you are constantly writing to yourself, on the 31st of December every year, over the last 30 years, I write to myself. It's strange that you asked me this question of what are the things I need to do, what I have learned, what I have asked forgiveness for, what I need to forgive other people for.
Oh, wow.
So there is so many things that how do you introspect and do. So it's best to, and then I obviously by the last day of the next year I tear those pages because I don't want anybody to read those letters in the future or have access to it or threaten to make a film on it and say I want to make a film. So yeah, but it's great to talk to oneself and
Yeah.
even if it's not a physical writing, but yes, once in a year I do write it to myself.
I hope it's a part of future literature, Sanjay Leela Bhansali's letter to
All
himself.
time.
But sir, a fan always will continue to be. I can't wait to see everything else you're doing in the future. Thank you so much for this 15 minutes. It means the world to me. Thank
God
you.
bless. Thank you.